Hello YouTube, iFixItAll here, Team iFixItAll. Got the Cougar out in its natural environment. I had a customer states moment yesterday, or day before yesterday. I was fighting the fan shroud because my son crashed the Cougar a few years ago, and the header panel and all that got jacked up, and the fan shroud alignment so it doesn't bump the fan blades, and I had to loosen up the fan to water pump pulley bolts a couple of times, and in the middle of that fight and all of that trying to work it in, I retrofitted in a solution and moved on and put my belt on and took it for a test hit, and 2.5 miles down the road, my fan flies off the engine and the pulley flies off. So my bolts weren't tight. I got all that sorted out. Fan's okay, pulley's okay, and we're doing pretty good. $375,000 miles. It's a dirty engine. Rusty valve covers. Gotta keep my eye on that. I had pinholes in the oil pan. What I'm doing right now is, let me say back up to the fan flew off. It's dark outside. I'm on the side of the road, and someone stopped and helped, which was real nice, but really they just followed me home because I said I was going to run on battery back to the house. So I ran old girl on battery, keeping wind across the bow at a decent speed, no fan, no belt, and all that, and got it home, and it puked a lot of coolant out, and I was out of coolant. So when I got it back to the garage, I had to top it off with water. And yesterday I ran out to Dollar General to get some cat foods for our older cats, and picked up some concentrate antifreeze, which reminds me, well, no, it's not in the trunk, but now, and I topped off what I needed in there. It exchanged water again, so it was a little low from yesterday's test hit. I topped off with concentrate, and hopefully that's going to be enough to get the condition of my fluid where the water does not freeze in the engine. I'm not uncomfortable with the mix I've got right now, so, but it's not doing too shabby. It's running pretty good. Hopefully, hopefully it's got a few more miles in her. I was alluding to my oil pan had some pinholes, and I fixed those. Let's hear the exhaust. Just started it up. It's got a little bit of stuff going on. I'm going to do a compression test too. But listen to it. Oops. did a video on running your engine without a belt just to listen to its health. And what I just did right there was I learned some information about the condition of my engine by listening to the exhaust, listening to its cycle, its rhythm. A part of me says now is the optimum time to do a rebuild, but it's not the right timing in my world right now, because the block is fine, the crank is fine. I would probably switch to an HO firing order, HO cam, and maybe do some little tiny adders, heavier springs perhaps, some beehives, and just to give it a little bit more pep. There's something about just keeping it all factory that just I like. As much factory as possible. Seems like it's running pretty steady. I don't have many shakes. A little bit of movement in there, but I believe that's because the motor mounts, they're brand new, but they were awful squishy, and Rock Auto said they were supposed to be solid motor mounts and not hydraulic, and I thought solid would be the thing I want. But they're no different than the ones I took out. But this is the last video of the timing chain debacle. Again, I'm going to do a compression test because I want to learn some information, so I'll get to that eventually. I don't need spark plugs right now, so when I do need spark plugs, that will be the time that I do that. In the interim, what I have to do is get in this garage and clean up the mess from like multiple projects. Got that pile of stuff. Got some pure salt for shit hit the fan. Gardening stuff, a toolbox. The workbench is just obliterated with stuff. All kinds of stuff. I mean, this is awful. I can't do this. It's awful. This is not me. This is not how I operate. Can't do this. Can't do this. No more. Clean the floor up. Get some trash out. Jesus Christ. It's awful. Look at this. All right. We shall see you. Bye.